Hello, and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Corn Belt. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. We've got some cold air settling into parts of the Corn Belt, the mid-Mississippi Valley, some of the coldest air of the season. Temperatures right now in the mid to upper teens from parts of Minnesota and Wisconsin down into Iowa, northern Missouri, and northern and central Illinois here on this Tuesday morning on the backside of a big storm system that's still dumping some snow on parts of the eastern Great Lakes, the eastern Corn Belt, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, some snow falling, maybe even northeastern Indiana still seeing some of that snow, especially coming off of Lake Michigan. Quite a good fetch of lake effect snow across northern portions of Indiana yesterday coming off of Lake Michigan. We've got a second system that's swinging out of the central Rockies, going to bring some snow to parts of Kansas, right along the Kansas and Oklahoma border as we go through the next 24 to 48 hours. But that is the setup. We've got this big system right now across the eastern U.S. pulling a lot of cold air in from Canada and from points north from there. Now, as we look at the radar picture, again, here's the snow that's ongoing across the east. We've got some precipitation across the northern Rockies accompanying the next trough that's trying to swing in. As we go ahead and just jump into the hazards map, again, you can see the winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings across the eastern Corn Belt, the eastern Great Lakes. We've got a winter storm watch on the Kansas and Oklahoma border where we're expecting that snow, 4 to 8 inches of snow, 4 to 6 or so, maybe 8 in the high spots over the next 24 to 48 hours. A big area of freeze warnings across the Gulf Coast, again, with that cold air coming in on the backside of this cold front right there. We'll look at the surface map here on Tuesday morning. Again, here's the storm system over the eastern U.S., the cold front, the cold air coming in on the backside, and the snow still falling on the backside. This is the next system that's going to try sneaking in here over the next couple of days. And again, high pressure near the Gulf Coast. We get flow coming around that clockwise. We get the cold air coming in across the eastern U.S., but then we get the return feed of Gulf of Mexico moisture coming in through eastern Texas, and then eventually on up into the central and southern plains, again, helping to kick off some of that snow across Kansas and Oklahoma. And we can see that when we look at the next 7 days of total precipitation forecast. And again, we have our departing storm system over the east. This is the next system then that comes in, taps into the Gulf of Mexico over the next 2 days, dropping a little bit of snow across this region, some additional showers and storms as you head south toward the Gulf Coast. Here's your total snow forecast for the next 3 days, getting us through the end of the work week here on Friday. Again, here's the snow that's expected to continue to pile up across northern portions of Ohio, eastern Michigan, then on into the northeast. And then this is our snow here over the next day and a half across portions of Kansas. Again, that 4 to 6, maybe locally higher amounts right across central and south central Kansas. Now, here's the jet stream pattern that's driving all of it. Here's our eastern system. Here's the next trough attempting to come in on the backside. We'll go ahead and put this in motion and show you where we're headed over the next 5 to 7 days. It's a bit of a mess, but a mess that once we kind of peel back the layers leads to a relatively quiet and in some locations mild next 7 to 10 days, first week of December across the Corn Belt. Now here we go into Thursday, taking it into Friday. Here's our little system that's going to be kicking off the snow, the showers and storms as you head south from there across Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Now this thing gets cut off across the southwestern U.S. as we head into the weekend and left behind as the polar jet stream kind of resumes things across the Canadian prairie, racing down into the Great Lakes. So we've got our big cutoff low across the southwest. We've got the jet stream resuming flow across the polar jet resuming flow off to the north. So if we kind of peel back what we've got then as we head into the first 7 to 10 days of December, it's kind of some persistent troughing across the east. We've got our cutoff low in the south, but then we've got some ridging across the Canadian prairie. So we get this high over low pattern across the west, one that is going to be stubborn to break down, and one that leaves us with a relatively quiet pattern downstream across the Corn Belt. So here's your precipitation forecast, just verbatim from the European operational model. As we head through the rest of the day today, snow will begin to taper off across Ohio and Michigan. This will begin to pull off into the northeast as we head into Wednesday and Thursday. Here comes the second system on its heels. As we head into Wednesday, we'll see that snow beginning to peak across Oklahoma and Kansas on Wednesday into Wednesday night. Showers and perhaps some thunderstorms extending to the south across the Ozarks into Arkansas, Louisiana, and Texas as we head into Wednesday night and Thursday. This system really loses its support, loses its fetch of moisture here as we head deeper into Thursday, so precipitation begins to taper off the system really begins to lose its definition. So as we head into Thursday, it's possible we could see some snow showers or some light rain showers across portions of southern Missouri, getting into southern Illinois before this tapers off. Precipitation continuing across portions of Kansas or Kentucky and Tennessee as we head into Thursday night and Friday. This pulls away by the time we get to Friday and Saturday, and then that leaves us with dry conditions as we head through the weekend into early next week. So here quickly would be Friday into Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's possible as the polar jet resumes here, we could see some flurries across the northern Great Lakes at times heading into the weekend into early next week. But we're going to get out here into Monday, Tuesday, Thursday of next week, and we're still quiet across the Corn Belt. So we'll watch this day by day, looking for changes, looking at any system that could potentially be a wild card here. But as we look out over the next 7 to 10 days, really it's this little system down here bringing some snow to Kansas and Oklahoma and some showers and storms off to the south toward the Gulf Coast. And that's about it over the next week or so. So a quiet start to December across much of the Corn Belt. And here's the next 7 days, again, verbatim from the European operational model, leaving things completely dry from the Dakotas down into the Ohio River Valley. Here's your total snow forecast. Again, this is what falls on Wednesday. That 4 to 6 inches of snow right around the Kansas and Oklahoma border, locally higher amounts. Again, the chance for maybe some snow showers across southern Missouri, getting into southern Illinois on Thursday as the system begins to taper off. And then that takes us into a quiet weekend and a quiet start to next week. Finish with a look at those temperatures. Again, we're going to be looking for some more mild weather across the Canadian Prairie down into the Dakotas, the upper Midwest, with cooler temperatures holding on across the south. Now, that doesn't mean that the north is going to be warmer than the south. Of course, that's going to mean pretty evenly spread temperatures. It's kind of cool. You see the red shading to the north, the blue to the south. Of course, it's still December, though, so we're talking about 30s and 40s in the Dakotas, 30s and 40s all the way into the eastern Corn Belt. You get those 40s and 50s as you head further south. Cooler air, though, of course, coming in with that system that's going to bring the snow to Kansas and Oklahoma on Wednesday. Here's a look at your highs on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Hope you had a wonderful holiday weekend. We'll talk to you again on Friday morning.